Bye. Keep the lights on. Use Airtel Money to pay for all your Yaka bills conveniently. Open the My Airtel app to buy Yaka units. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
Hello and welcome to News Tonight. I am Rhoda Ngonzi, on sign language Elizabeth Nakakoni. Let's take a look at the top stories tonight. President Yoweri Museveni warns agricultural officials on fake acaricides. Uganda receives 335,000 AstraZeneca vaccines from Ireland. While Parliament probes Office of the Prime Minister over 5 billion shillings. And court slaps General Katumba Wamala murder suspects with 18 fresh charges. Hello once again. President Yoweri Museveni has said that principle of democracy played a big role in unifying the people of Uganda who had been divided along religious and tribal leanings, but are now converged because of the line they took of fronting interests other than identity that led to the creation of a national party. The president was yesterday giving an opportunity lecture to military students of the Republic of Zambia Command and Staff College who paid a courtesy call on him at State House in Tebe. The delegation of 13 students was led by Colonel M.K. Mutila. Other members of the delegation included the defense attaché of Zambia to Tanzania, Brigadier General Mitilada. The Ugandan delegation included the defense attaché to Tanzania and Zambia, Major General S. Kashaka and Brigadier General Twina Masiko. President Museveni said the next level was to build a national political party that brought people together because of similar interests.
Which we started as the student movement, we were able to build, first of all, a national political party. Because you remember, I told you that in 1962, no party could win 50% of the votes in Uganda, because they were all sectarian. But because we came with the line of saying interests, not identity, people now, they all have similar interests. We realized, number one, love Uganda, number two, love Africa. But you will not love Africa if you do not wake up, if you are asleep. Because when you are asleep, you are satisfied with what you have. You don't know what you are lacking. So that's why we said no. Our student movements said, point number 3 must be socio-economic transformation. The society must change. must change. Because see, this is the big difference between Europe and Africa. Since 1400, Europe has been changing. Instead of using manual labor, using muscles and sometimes animal power. The Europeans, from around 14-something, started realizing the importance of machine power, until they discovered the water pump, the engine for pumping water. Then they went to the steam engine, electricity, automation. Now there is the artificial intelligence, machines which can do the work of man, is very big danger to Africa. We must go from manual labor to intellectual labor, to the labor of the brain, not just the labor of the muscle. And all the elements of socio-economic transformation. We must build a middle class.
Also, President Yoweri Museveni has issued a stern warning to all who produce and market counterfeit acaricides and pesticides which hurt the nation's backbone, agriculture. This was during the closure of a 4-day retreat of the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries officials and their key private partners at the National Leadership Institute, Changwanzi.
Prime Minister Rhoda Ngonzi has represented President Yoweri Museveni at the closure of a week-long Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries workshop at the National Leadership Institute in Changwanzi. The President questioned the low absorption of loans and grants due to procurement failures and warned fake acaricide producers whose actions derail the nation's growth.
Anybody who procures or authorizes procurement of fake seeds or fertilizers, acaricides, is a criminal. And should have no place in public service.
He advised extension services to the public to reduce effects of middlemen while also promising budgetary increment to boost the sector.
We must ensure that our people are not eating the seedlings given to them to plant, or that the programs are not being hijacked by the elites, middlemen, and the powerful, leaving the people we aim to support empty-handed. I think this is like what I told you. The middlemen target our people. At the end of the day, our people earn nothing.
The workshop aimed at achieving several successes along the value chain as the country embarks on commercializing agriculture sector, which employs more than 70% of Ugandans.
It is incumbent upon you to ensure that we improve service delivery. For this ministry in particular, we all know the general outcry from our farmers on the problems of poor agricultural inputs, lack of extension services, and lack of markets, lack of water for production, among others. It is high time that we improve the service delivery to our farmers.
It highlighted key areas like choice of enterprise, processing, industrialization, and also post-harvest handling. John Barnes, Sentamo, reporting.
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has directed the Prime Minister, Rhoda Ngonzi, to explain in detail how the Office of the Prime Minister spent 5 billion Ugandan shillings without following the Public Finance Management Act. Now, the issue arose from a matter of national importance raised by Busia Municipality Member of Parliament, Honourable Godfrey Macho.
Right Honourable Speaker and my colleagues, I'm raising on a matter of national importance.
In a Thursday afternoon sitting chaired by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, Busia Municipality Member of Parliament, Godfrey Macho, raised the matter of national importance, seeking clarification from the Prime Minister, Rhoda Ngonzi, on the alleged diversion of funds amounting to 5 billion shillings, earlier allocated to the Ministry of Disaster Preparedness.
On 29th of this month, there was a message that went around the country that the Minister of Disaster Preparedness is crying that 15 billion that was given to him, 5 billion is missing.
This was confirmed by Davinia Estanyakon, the State Minister for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees.
The money was requested by Disaster Preparedness, 15 billion shillings. Actually, we requested for 30 billion shillings. And we were given 15 billion shillings. From the 15 billion shillings, my ministry received 10 billion shillings, and that's what we have used so far for buying relief items. But
the revelation attracted responses from a section of legislators who represent areas affected by disasters but have not received any assistance from the Minister of Disaster.
Beginning from drought, we asked the government to support nothing.
For sure, when we hear that that 5 billion has been diverted from disaster, yet on a number of occasions we have written to the Ministry of Disaster Preparedness, and we have been told that the budget to that ministry is not sufficient to cover all the disasters that happen to our country. It is really not good.
This presented an opportunity for the Prime Minister, Rhoda Ngonzi, to explain to the House, saying a meeting with other ministers under her office agreed to utilize the money on matters that needed urgent attention.
We had a meeting, what they call senior top management meeting, where all of us ministers under the Prime Minister's office sit. The Honorable Nyakuni was there. The Honorable Hilaloneke was there. You will realize that we have been traversing the country and seeing the disasters that are falling in this country. So we agreed in a meeting, senior top, that now that we have got only 15 billion, let us use 5 billion to handle some lasting solutions.
According to Ngonzi, a huge chunk of the 5 billion went into resettling flood-affected people in the districts of Kasese, Bulisa, Nakasongola, Kayunga and Amulata, in addition to constructing schools and health centers that had been destroyed.
Prime Minister's office has been feeding those people for now close to 2 years. Colleagues, there is a tendency in Prime Minister's office of suppliers and people want to all the time remain in business. Remain in business and remain putting their umbilical cord in government. If we give these people of Kasese land just 600 million, they will go off our back and they will sustain themselves. Then we agreed in a meeting, let us have this.
Not contented by her submission, the Deputy Speaker asked the Prime Minister to return to the House next week and to explain why they breached the laws in spending the said resources.
When you look at the Public Finance Management Act, that is what is called virement. You're making a virement from one vote. These are two different votes. There is a vote of OPM, disaster, and then there is a vote of the Prime Minister. We may need to know where that money went.
Bernard Yiga, Parliament.
Meanwhile, Uganda has received an additional 335,000 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines from Ireland. The vaccines were officially handed over to the State Minister for Primary Health Care, Margaret Mohanga, at Entebbe International Airport this morning.
They will boost our capacity
with doses received last week to help cover the second dose clients. Remember, we've been receiving a lot of AstraZeneca, and many people were waiting for this to have the second dose. To date, the government of Uganda has received 5,129,763 doses, of which 2,152,840 doses have been utilized countrywide. We now have 3.3 million doses in the country, including what we have received today. And we are eternally grateful for this. The ministry is currently undertaking a massive vaccination campaign across the country. We started with the Kampala metropolitan area, which is more congested compared to the other areas, on September 27th. And now we are rolling out the vaccination campaign to the farthest village of our country by the 4th of October 2021. One of the response strategies currently focuses on ensuring we vaccinate as many Ugandans, especially the most vulnerable category, the 4.8 million, that we target to reach out at the end of this year so that we can open our economy fully by January.
We understand that vaccination of teachers is critical to reach this goal, and as Education Chair of the Development Partners Group of Education Partners, Ireland is working very closely with the Ministry and the First Lady, Honourable Janet Museveni, to support school reopening and to prioritise teachers for vaccinations.
And with that, we'll take a quick break. When we return, more details. This is News Tonight.
You know, you could just buy a new smartphone from anywhere in Uganda. Dial *175 *94# to activate their 100% double data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles for 3 months. Better yet, you automatically receive free 1 GB valid for 30 days. You are hooked already, aren't you? Enjoy 100% double data bonus from Airtel. Buy a smartphone from anywhere in Uganda and insert an Airtel SIM card. Dial *175 *94# to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Dial *175# and select your preferred bundle to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Today in history.
On 30th September 1979, former President of Uganda, President Milton Obote and Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, opposed the hosting of direct elections, which was pending after the fall of Idi Amin's regime in 1979. The Uganda Times of October 1st, 1979 quotes Mr. Museveni as saying, aside from lack of enough data on which to base the voting exercise, elections at this time will reopen old wounds caused by religious and tribal differences before the UNLF has had a chance to clean them out. Initially, the general election was planned for September 1979 before they were pushed to December 1980.
My home, I smile when I think of you, Uganda. My home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda. My home, oh my Uganda.
I know, with you I'll always stay forever. I know, because I feel that we belong together. My home, under the sun so bright, under the moon at night, on my heart. Mommy, oh my Uganda.
Hey, mama. At MTN, we look forward to starting another exciting journey together to grow our home, Uganda.
Getting good GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. Finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly. Until James discovered something big. Now he can finally enjoy the benefits of homegrown advantage with a decoder and 1 month of GoTV value. For just 25,000 shillings, enjoy the world's biggest leagues and cup competitions. GoTV Uganda, love it.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Connect your home online with MTN WakaNet Max, a fast and reliable home internet solution to power your streaming, gaming, online classes, work, and CCTV security cameras. The MTN WakaNet Max starter kit comes with a free 4G router, SIM card, and 35 GB bundle with no validity, all at 245,000 Uganda shillings. Visit any MTN service center to sign up.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Echa COVID-19 chijja kugwa only if we stay at home, observe physical distancing, wear masks properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly, or get vaccinated now.
Uganda, today is a great day to work towards your dreams. Dial *185 *7# and select savings to save as low as 500 Ugandan shillings on regular savings or 250,000 Ugandan shillings for fixed deposits. Airtel Money Super Saver is powered by KCB Bank Uganda. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless. T's and C's apply.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite shows.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Switch to Airtel, Uganda's only 100% 4G network, and get 50% data bonus on all bundles purchased using Airtel Money. Visit the nearest Airtel shop with a valid national ID to buy a SIM card today. For business entities, please share an email with business.support@ug.airtel.com. Enjoy the best rates on calls, SMS, data, and Airtel Money across Uganda on your preferred number. Subject to availability. 50% data bonus is valid till 15th November 2021. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. Despite not registering shareholder dividends for another financial year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, effects, Cipla Quality Chemicals Industries has registered improved performance, with revenues growing to 284 billion shillings from 193 billion shillings for the period ending June 2020. They have also expanded their product portfolio, tapping into the existing gap in the private market to supply Mbara and HIV medicine in the ECOWAS market. This was announced at this year's CIPLA annual general meeting in Kampala.
CIPLA reported a 47% growth in revenue, which it attributes to expanded markets into the ECOWAS, having introduced 15 new countries to which they supply HIV and anti-malaria drugs.
We hope to reap from the investments we made in the past financial year, particularly the acquisition of the private market business and the acquired registration of the ECOWAS and Zasbona regions. We also expect to further increase our product portfolio by launching additional products into the market and undertaking more technology transfers to enable us to manufacture more products.
However, the company remains confident that its development plan is soon seeing dividends payout.
We are coming off a very significant year with almost 47% jump in our revenue, which had some portions of COVID revenue and partner sales. We are trying to make sure we can grow this further in the new financial year, and we will focus on building commercial structures in EAC region and prioritize this region for future growth.
Our revenue grew by 47% from 193 billion to 284 billion in financial year 2021. The growth in revenue was mainly in the export segment, where revenue grew by more than fourfold from 25 billion in financial year 2020 to 127 billion in financial year 2021. As mentioned by the outgoing CEO, our products were registered in 31 countries, and the benefit of this acceptance is starting to show in the company's numbers.
CIPLA listed on the Uganda Securities Exchange on September 18, 2018, after an oversubscribed initial public offering that raised 166.5 billion shillings, but has not realized dividends payouts since. Wadulo Makanold, UBC News in Kampala.
And now in sports, the National Boxing Championship has reached its semi-final stage as boxers exchanged blows in a mighty contest. In the quarter-final contests, Masembe Isaac of Kobab Boxing Club outclassed Kamiga Isaac of Sparks Boxing Club in the featherweight to make it to the semis. Tukahewa Joshua defeated Mutebi Kenneth in the welterweight category, while fans' favorite Isaac Zebra Senyange, junior of Zebra Boxing Club, equally made it to the semis, defeating Katongole Nicholas in the light middleweight category. Here are some of the best highlights from the fights. And with that, let's take a quick look at the top stories for the night. President Museveni warns agricultural officials on fake acaricides. Uganda receives 335,000 AstraZeneca vaccines from Ireland. While Parliament probes Office of the Prime Minister over 5 billion shillings. And court slaps General Katumba Wamala attempted murder suspects with 18 fresh charges. Elizabeth Nakakoni on sign language. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. We do return at 10 o'clock with more details, but for now we'll leave you with a weather update with Juliet.
Hello there, I'm Alitwela Juliet for today's weather update. Today morning we've had cloudy conditions with a widespread shower for areas around Lake Victoria Basin and in central Uganda. Elsewhere we had partly cloudy skies, and in the afternoon we've had cloudy conditions dominate plus scattered showers in some parts of our country. For the rainfall report received by 9 a.m. this morning, it indicated Entebbe with the highest of 46.4 millimeters. Wadelai reported 2.6 millimeters, whereas Movende had 1.9 millimeters. From the satellite image taken over Africa, it indicates that the rain belt is still over our country and it is contributing to the wet activities that are being experienced in different parts of Uganda, plus the local effect of the lake. For tomorrow morning, we are expecting light rains for the islands and around Lake Victoria Basin, plus some parts in the northern sector of Uganda. Elsewhere, we shall have sunny intervals dominate. In the afternoon, we expect a pickup of thunder showers for most parts of our country, apart from some areas in the eastern, the northern, where we expect sunny intervals. The maximum temperatures will go up to 30 degrees centigrade for the northern and in northeastern Uganda. Around the lake, we are expecting a temperature of 28 degrees centigrade. And for Kabale Highlands, that is southwestern Uganda, we are expecting a temperature of 24 degrees centigrade. Elsewhere on the globe, we are expecting cloudy conditions for Doha and a temperature of 39 degrees centigrade as the maximum. Rainy conditions are expected for Zanzibar, Mumbai and Mombasa at a temperature of 29 degrees centigrade. For Mombasa, Dubai is expected to be sunny and a temperature of 37 degrees centigrade. Thank you for keeping me company. Join us tomorrow for another update. Have a wonderful evening.